do that with you.
Don't.
I know.
Don't.
I ain't worked on it yet.
Stupid. Don't podcast.
I ain't got no ball basketball.
Beast. 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 Don't. Beast. Don't. Stupid. Don't. Beast. Don't. Stupid. Don't. Beast. Don't. Stupid. Don't. Beast. Don't podcast. Beast. Don't. Beast. Don't. Stupid podcast. Don't. Beast. Don't. Stupid. Don't. Beast. Don't. Beast. Don't. Stupid podcast. Don't. Beast. Don't. Stupid. Don't. Beast.
I seen Tropical Durex.
Don't podcast.
Tropical
I
what?
seen a tropical flavored Durex at the gas station.
Damn.
What are you
Who
looking at
that
rubbers
for?
for?
Huh?
Why are you looking at? Why? Can
I
you hear
was in
me?
line.
And you seen the
Can y'all hear me?
Uh,
Can y'all hear me?
tropical flavor?
Yeah, it was like I was standing in
Hello?
line. I looked over.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh, I can't hear me through the.
I
Hey,
can't hear
okay.
this motherfucker through the damn thing.
Can you hear me?
him?
I'm like hella low.
Let me.
I'm good. I'm good. Just leave it like it is.
You sure?
I guess it just sounds hella low.
Well,
Why are
we
you
can-
looking at condoms, bro?
I was standing in line.
Oh, so they was up in the front.
It was like right there.
Tropical flavored.
It said
condom.
tropical
My shit's hella low.
fruit mix.
I'm turning you up a little bit. Is that better?
Testing. Is it better to you, Tone?
Now I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
All right. I
Way to
guess,
start the show.
I guess we should have took care of that before the show started.
God damn.
It's
We are all professionals. We get paid for this bullshit.
Well, you know, the trippy part is we never changed the settings. We set those mics, and I don't know how his mic would be low. I never changed the settings, so something's up.
Man, you got another podcast in this motherfucker. I ain't lying.
Tones is
Somebody on each mic. Oh man,
y'all shit is hella hard. Y'all shit is hella loud in mine.
Is it?
Well,
I could turn you up, but if you feeling like
no. I feel like
you
I
don't
guess I feel like mine's right, but y'all's is hella loud.
Oh, I got you. I got you now.
You good?
Yeah, I got you.
All right.
I had to turn mine up a little bit.
I mean, we
Not
could-
for real.
if you feel like you low, bro, I don't like that.
I just
I
said
got
I'm
another
cool. I
podcast
guess
in here.
let it go.
No, I refuse to.
Nigga, you probably the one that fucked it up in the first place.
I don't do that.
Okay, let's get on with the show.
You feeling better?
Welcome.
Okay, start the intro.
Who?
Oh, wait.
Who was feeling bad?
We're not going to edit that.
That larceny I was drinking said you was.
Oh shit.
Who's feeling bad?
We're gonna start over.
We start over.
So here we go.
Okay.
Now,
go.
please don't play that long ass intro again. That's a long ass intro song. That motherfucker like 3 minutes long, huh? Welcome to the what's the name of this podcast?
Don't be stupid.
Don't Be Stupid podcast.
Don't be stupid.
You know, we in the studio that houses 4 or 5 different podcasts, so it's kind of hard to figure out which one this
Levels
is.
off, missing shit.
Yeah.
No.
So first of all, we're gonna switch things around a little bit. We're gonna go ahead and at the beginning we're gonna talk about getting people to subscribe, figure out whatever platform that you listen to. Don't just download it when you listen to it or listen to it however you streaming. Subscribe to it so we know that you're there. I know we do a real poor job of setting it up where you guys can go back and forth with us or see what we doing because our Instagram is garbage. Facebook, I didn't even looked on Facebook. I'm not even on Facebook no more, but I know that's garbage because I ain't never put nothing on Facebook. And what other social media things is there for us? Whatever it is, whatever it is that you're listening to us on, say something. I don't care. At this point, we don't care if you say we suck, we don't, you like it, whatever. And I know there's people listening because I actually got a couple of questions this week from different people texting me, asking me, I guess some people are complaining about, like, oh man, I don't even want to mention it because I'm not for sure what platform the dude listens to it on. My boy called me and said that whatever platform he listens to it on is out of order. So he has to like figure out what the newest one is. So he called me to ask me what the name of the one was of the newest one, so he could download it. But I've also had. I mean, Tony had actually had a couple of people ask him about the podcast or let him know they were listening. I've had some people, approach me about it. I actually got my first sweat. Somebody sweated me on some shit that I said, and actually said that he said he was gonna sock me.
Damn.
Yeah, he wanted to sock me, but
Damn.
I'm kind of nice with my hands though, so I challenge. I say, niggas, you go for what you know, nigga.
You still got the Boy City hands from boxing back in the day?
Nah, I was lying. I said, you gonna sock me? I said, what you want to do? You gonna sock me? Really?
Such violence.
But it's one of my boys. One of my boys from back in the day I went to school with. Didn't like what I said about him and Doss.
Damn.
He didn't care what I said about Doss, but he didn't like what I said about him. Anyway, so
shit.
we here. Tony's here. Big Tone. Say hello to the people. Say hello to your fans.
Hi there.
My name is.
Here we got
How y'all doing?
the big
The rattlesnake in this
the big
Drum rolling.
Let me finish, nigga.
Oh.
The big food dropper, drink spiller. Kevy Kev, say hello to the
It's
folks.
my shit, nigga. I can drop whatever the fuck I want. This is my studio.
That's why we came in here. We got ants today.
I got ants on me and shit. Ants in
got
my pants
ants and
underneath the dance.
You know, this is some funny shit. You know, the cleanest motherfucker in here, two-tone, the man, come in here creased every time. Ants only living in his space. This nigga Tony. I don't understand that. Ain't nothing over there. And he got like
It's funny
four
how
ants
you say.
hanging out.
It's funny how you say Tony the cleanest one. And pants creased all the time. Everything right. Everything set just right.
Yeah.
Right. It reminds me. I was with the nigga the other day, and some girl walked up to him and asked him, "How you get your legs so smooth?"
Oh shit, Toe. Go on,
We
boy.
already had this conversation.
Did we say that?
Yeah,
Yeah, we
already
had that
this
conversation.
Oh, we throw that
I
in
don't
there
even.
too.
I ain't didn't let
But I don't
So he
understand that.
clean. So hang on. So he clean. His pants always creased right. Look, he picking lint off right now. Look at him.
Mm-hmm.
He put it on your floor.
Pimping.
And
It's
his-
already dirty.
and the smooth leg bandit.
Right.
How you do it, Tom?
I just do what I do.
You just are who you are.
So back to the
I just
topic
be
that the
able to beat-
motherfucker was saying.
okay.
I got 4 ants in the building and they on that nigga, Tony.
Damn.
I don't understand.
'Cause he's sweet. Tom,
What the
tell
fuck is going on?
Because he's so sweet.
Got a
I'm made out of
spray
sh-
and
I'm
shit.
made out of sugar. You better
Motherfucker.
watch out.
All right, so we here. We got let me see what's been going on. I guess
A lot of shit been going on. We just behind on it.
I mean, I hate that when we put out the show, and then like the very next day, hella shit happens,
Yeah.
and then we gotta wait a whole another week to get to it. So it seems like we behind on the shit. Like the Michael Jackson. We can speak on the Michael Jackson. What is it called?
Leaving Neverland.
Yeah.
Leaving. Yeah.
I really just got one question.
So Kevin, did we even mention this?
I think we mentioned it.
We might have mentioned it.
Yeah, we mentioned
Okay,
it.
so-
but we said we would get to it next week.
So I still haven't watched it. I got an opinion on why. I know we know Kev's watched it. Tony, have you watched it?
Man, I got to episode 2, and I was already done.
Like it's
only
boring,
2,
huh?
So it's 2 episodes, but they're hella long, right?
It's boring, huh, Tony?
No, there's more episodes than
It's 2,
right?
just 2.
It's
Just
just
2
2.
It's
episodes?
boring though.
Yeah.
That
It's- I
shit
mean,
is
yeah,
boring.
it's yeah.
Okay, so we'll go to Kev and let Kev.
You sure
Narrate.
it's 2 episodes?
Yeah, it's
2
two.
episodes.
It's just 2.
It's 2. It's 2 episodes.
It's just 2 long episodes. So we'll let Kev guide us through this real quick, and we give our opinions on.
Well, okay. Before you even give your opinion, since you haven't watched it,
Well, first let's give. I know what you're gonna ask. So this is the reason why we ain't watched it and stuff. I mean, I got a reason why I haven't watched it.
okay.
So before we go to that, you tell us what you thought about the whole thing, because you're the only one who really watched it. So it's best to hear from you first.
Well, I thought that it's a story that these two guys tell about when they were kids and they had their interaction with Michael Jackson. And both of these two gentlemen now, at one point in time, went to court and defended Michael Jackson and said how Michael Jackson was a great guy and he would never touch kids and just was just totally on his side about all this great stuff that Michael was doing for them to make them better. And then now, as adults, they've recanted. They've came back and said that Mike was molesting both of them, which is interesting. You spend all that time and all those years defending him, and now that he's gone and he can't defend himself, you come back and say, he molested you. So when I watch it and you look at it and you listen from their point of view, to me, I thought they were believable. I was like, man, it's interesting. And it makes you just wonder, was Mike seriously challenged, like mentally, that he really was just a person who loved kids that much? Or was he that devious, that meticulous to make everything seem like he was just all about the love for kids so he couldn't be around kids?
That's what you think.
It's hard, man. It's hard to say, man. It's hard to say. As a person that I looked up to, Michael Jackson, and was in awe of.
Ain't you on record? But you're on record as a Prince guy.
I'm a Prince guy. I like Prince.
We had a discussion already. You chose Prince over Michael.
I like Prince. Yeah, I like Prince's music. I thought,
but you still looked up to Michael.
I looked up to Michael. You can't. I mean, think about it. In times, there's only a few icons that you really, really look back and say, man, that dude was incredible. You want to be near him, and he did a great job of creating that persona. You know what I mean? Just think about, 100 bodyguards and people can't get near him and touching him. All that shit's just crazy today. We don't have nobody like that. I can't even think about anybody that's even close to being like that nowadays. So, yeah, I like Michael's music. I enjoyed Michael. I was a Prince fan. I thought Prince was more creative. He did some different stuff. But it's hard to say, man, that they 1 and 2. It's not like they could be 1 and 1A. To me, they're great.
You feel a certain way, Tom?
From what I've seen, excuse me if I don't remember the last names, but Jimmy.
James Safecheck?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy.
By the look of him, so the thing with that, when you said that they went and testified.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
They went and testified for Mike.
Yeah, they did. They
I don't know if they testified for Mike.
Yes,
they
did.
did.
They testified for him. Against the first case was against that other kid, Jordan.
Yeah, they testified for Mike about.
I know what they. I thought that because this is what I heard.
Right.
So I might be wrong. I don't know if they brought him up for it worked in his favor, Mike's favor.
They were character witnesses.
So they were for Mike. So Mike's people brought them up.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mike
okay. Go ahead. Bro.
Yeah. So not only did they do it once, they did it a couple of times, right?
Wade Robinson did it twice.
Right.
The other dude didn't do it the second
time.
he
did it. He did it the first time.
He did the first time.
Right. Now, mind you, they testified for Mike for another kid that, even though they went through what they went through with Mike, or so they say, they testified for Mike against another child that was abused and came out saying that Mike abused them.
But, interesting more than that, Wade Robinson was like 21 when he went the second time. He wasn't a kid anymore.
Right. But the thing is that that's funny that they both I'm having a hard time because, there is no evidence. And the fact that it is kind of weird for Mike and everything, like the whole sleeping in the same bed,
Crazy.
And he admits that, and it's like, oh, it's innocent. Nah, my dude. But
as a man, that's what I'm saying. No. I can't.
You could not. I could almost kind of feel like they would feel if they said, hey, can I? It was kind of weird that the Mike said, I want him. Can he come out and stay with me for a year?
Yeah.
Right. That's crazy.
That was crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you couldn't tell me I wouldn't got mad at my mom if Mike came to me back in Thriller days and said, I want your son to be with me for a year. And she said, fuck no. I'd have been mad at my mom forever.
No too.
I'd have been mad at my mom forever.
And that's the crazy part. I mean, we blame Michael Jackson, and probably rightly so. But somebody needs to be prosecuting these parents like a motherfucker. You don't give your kids to no grown ass man. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Yeah, but at the same time, it's just to me. I'm too back and forth because first of all, there's no evidence, and the only thing that works against Mike is the payoffs.
Yeah, the thing hard about payoffs, and I can see this. If a motherfucker tell you it's gonna cost you $5 million to pay him off and $25 million to just go ahead and go to court, sometimes you look at that and say, "Shit, I deal with the $5 million. I take the $5 million, pay it off, get a non-disclosure agreement, and make sure they can't say anything about it and be done with it."
Oh, for sure.
So that makes sense. It makes sense in that sense. Right. But in the same token, if you know you innocent and you want to keep your name clean and you can prove, and this is the hard part, they ain't got no DNA, they ain't got no video, they ain't really got no person. Even the person they said they had, she said that Michael Jackson took a shower with the boy, or she saw the boy coming out of the shower, or Michael in the shower, or something like that. But she was just a disgruntled employee, so who knows if that shit's true. She don't got no video. She don't got no pictures. I'm just saying, if I'm the maid and Michael Jackson is doing crazy-ass shit, I'm going to get me an Instamatic. I best believe I'm going to get me a picture that's going to be worth millions.
Yeah, but I mean, but you also got to remember that there's that time where, there was that time where he, one of the boys were saying that there was a time where they used to be right next door in a hotel room to Mike.
Yeah.
And then the hotel room seemed to get further and further every time.
They kept moving them further away.
Mike is not doing reservations.
Yeah.
So somebody's complicit in his behavior at the same time, like we always said about R. Kelly.
Yeah, definitely. His staff is doing the same thing R. Kelly's staff was doing.
Right.
They're finding ways to make sure nobody could be around to hear or see or do whatever they needed to do.
But at the same time, I think, Jimmy, the way he looked like he's got some deep-rooted, disturbed demons in him for some apparent reason, because he just doesn't look like the kid that they showed. He just grown up to be an adult that has some shit on his mind.
Let me ask you this, and Eric, you know, I know you don't know, but I just over the years I've heard different stories. When you hear about mainly like boys being molested, and this, that's an odd thing. I usually hear they usually have different relationships with women, or maybe no relationships with women. They gravitate more towards men because they've always been with a man. Both of these two gentlemen are married. Do you guys think that's odd? They're both married to women with kids, families.
That's usually the case.
That's usually the case.
Usually the case is a married guy that's diddling.
That's not what he's saying.
Do you think
that's
they
not what he
have
just
some kind of
asked you.
homosexual relationship?
He's saying the
somewhere
kids. He's saying the kids that he diddled are married.
Yeah, the kids that he.
That's what
they wind up.
Yeah, they end up married to women with kids. Yeah. No other man in their life, but they were having a sexual relationship with a man. So and they were in love with that man. Let them tell it, right? They said they were in love with Michael Jackson.
I mean, they acted like they were
full-fledged relationships.
They had rings.
Yeah, he said he was married, or Mike promised to marry him, or something like that.
Yeah, that was wild.
So, what do you think, Eric?
That's wild. That dude had a ring.
So, all right. So, first of all, I mean, I started out with I haven't watched it. The reason I haven't watched it, I've had chances to watch it. I don't know if I'm just so disappointed in Michael. That the negative shit, even though we've always knew it was out there, but now it's just, coming out there in the time when it looks like it's going to be like solid. It's going to be that's what it is, and I don't want to hear it. Mm-hmm. Or maybe I just don't want to hear it because I'm just, the interest I have is like nothing new. We've heard it. Mm-hmm. We've heard all the stuff, most of it. So, I mean, I started out with that. Second thing is when And I know a lot of things we say is just for, we say stuff for laughs and we say stuff for jokes and stuff. But when you say that, when you say that I would have got me at whatever you said at Instamatic or whatever you said and took a picture, he ain't hiring no niggas like you.
Yeah, no doubt.
I mean, think about it. That nigga ain't hiring. He's putting the people around him that he knows is going to be able to be who he needs them to be. He's not putting ghetto niggas like you to go buy Instamatics that's going to take pictures and shit. That's not what he's got buying.
Okay, I hear what you're saying,
Okay.
but you have to also understand this. No matter how clean you think you are, if you thought somebody was doing something to hurt somebody, that you would get some kind of proof. You would try to. You would change your whole thing. Don't you think you would? Wouldn't you think you would try to?
The only thing what you're saying is it's not wrong what you say, but when you double down on stuff like this, you got to realize that what I want you to do is be a little more open and realize that people do it all the fucking time. People don't report the crimes. They see shit all the time, and people will be like, you know what, I'm leaving that shit alone, because it can be something as simple as shit like, it's my job. I ain't trying to lose my job over nothing.
Yeah, I understand that.
Or it could be simple as I'm minding my own business.
But
I ain't
Eric,
saying nothing. I'm not saying that it's right.
No,
I'm just
I'm not saying
saying
that.
people do it all the time. And then I'm not trying to, and please, nobody take me the wrong way. I don't know who his people were around him, but I know he lives in California. When you start mixing in people who might maybe not have all their papers together, but they're working, they got a job where they're able to provide for their family. They're from another country or something, they're illegal or something. When you start mixing in all that stuff, and since you're from another country, this might not be crazy to you, because in the other country you see shit all the time that's shit like this. A young, people. What I'm saying is this type of crime you might see all the time. We live here in America, and a lot of times we think we want to hold everybody to the same stuff that we go through.
Yeah.
And in other countries, they look at the shit that we complain about or the shit that we are calling crimes and stuff, and it's like that's everyday life for them.
Yeah.
Especially when you start talking about sexual harassment and stuff. You know how many different countries? Why you keep doing that?
Something's like flying right there. Don't worry about that. Go ahead.
You know how many different countries like sexual harassment is something that, barely exists? Don't get me wrong, it happens, but as far as getting reported and being dealt with,
Yeah.
it just doesn't happen. So as far as a man being with a little boy, I'm sure there's many countries that people see that all the time, and even though they know it's wrong, it doesn't get reported.
Okay. So this instance.
Let me. I'm still talking.
Go ahead.
Because I waited for y'all to get done.
Oh, it's your turn. I'll just go ahead.
I appreciate that.
I thought you were gonna let us comment on what he said, though. Go ahead.
No. If you really got something that's, you know how my mind is so short, I forget what I'm gonna say.
No, I don't think you forget. I just was saying, in this case, what you're talking about, she did. She went to the people and reported him, tried to turn him in. So if she's trying to turn him in,
I'm not talking about she. I was talking about you.
No,
I'm talking about you. When you said,
if I was her and I was trying to prove that Michael Jackson did something, I would try to get some evidence. I wouldn't just go into my word. Is what I was trying to say to you.
We didn't find nothing though.
They didn't find that.
And you got and somebody like Michael. So, okay, so now we move on to the how I feel about Michael. It sounds harsh, but if the nigga's dealing with little, first of all, before I even say that, there's nothing right about having a relationship with young kids when you're grown. if you ain't a teacher, and a lot of things fall underneath teachers, you know, coaches. I don't know. There's a lot of things that fall underneath teachers, but and even at that, you still have to be real careful. But there's no reason why you should have, as a grown man, a relationship with a kid. And if you're having a relationship with a kid, and I'm not even talking about sexual relationship, I'm talking about just a relationship. Me and you ain't supposed to be meeting up playing games, playing video games. We ain't supposed to be meeting up, going to the mall. Whenever you see, because it happens, and I know sometimes it's innocent. You know, I'm gonna take them to the Kings game. I'm gonna take them to whatever. You know, I know sometimes it can be innocent, but you have to, as an adult, you have to look at those type of situations and question it. Because why is a grown ass man hanging with a little kid? And when you take a Michael Jackson, who there, to me, there's, and you asked earlier, you said, is there anything like, maybe there's something mentally? Ain't no maybe. Hell, fuck yeah, there's something mentally wrong with that motherfucker. And remember, I love Michael Jackson. He was my favorite for a long time. There is something mentally wrong with the motherfucker who bases his life, who lives around, centers his life around kids. Everything he did was kids. It was, he built an amusement park in his house. He made his house attractive to kids.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, I can't. And when you say, I know you want to go into it, so I'll let you go from here. But we're gonna go into the next thing now about what we should do.
Yeah.
From here, but as far as I'm concerned with Michael, I'm leaning towards crossing him out, bro. I gotta cross him out because he's sick. The nigga's sick, and you know what? I don't have no problem saying that. He's sick, and even if he didn't fuck little boys in the ass, he still was hanging around too much.
That shit ain't right, man. I mean, I'm not
What
trying
do
to
you mean
laugh
ain't
about
right?
it. I'm not trying to laugh about it, but the way we come across saying it, like,
But it's,
that
you
shit
know
is
what? But
crazy.
you know what's crazy
Just the
about
thought
it?
about that shit is like, that's
it's
crazy.
It's only crazy when we say it about Michael. If we put that shit on anybody else, if we put on some serial killer or something, we said, oh, he's fucking little boys in the ass, you'd be like, yeah, fuck that nigga.
Yeah.
But because it's Michael,
Nah.
it's like, oh man, why you gotta be so harsh with? Why you gotta say it like that?
I'm just the way it's
This
said.
nigga taking showers and sleeping with little boys.
That's what they claim. There's no evidence.
No,
no
he
video.
admitted to sleeping with little boys.
Yeah, the parents did. Even the parents in this documentary, the mom
but
admits that her son,
that
and
by
she's watching
itself-
her son
that-
and her daughter, her son and her daughter the first
That
time,
by
all
itself-
sleeping in the bed with Michael Jackson.
That by itself is a problem. Who the fuck? I mean, think about it logically. That's what.
There's no logic
That's
to
the
that.
problem I got with people. Think about it logically. I was gonna say black people, but I got logic. It's everybody because it ain't just black people who's taking it
this
from
is
Michael.
White people.
It's
who's
a lot of
letting
people
it
taking
happen.
it from Michael. Think about it logically, bruh. Who the fuck lets their kid sleep with another grown man
Nobody.
who ain't family?
Nobody. Even
First of all,
in family.
you
Fuck that.
that's what I was gonna say.
No.
You don't even let them sleep with family,
Not your dad.
but you sure in the hell don't let them sleep with another man.
For a year.
It's like,
Shit.
Kevin,
That's
Kev,
way far.
that's not even.
I mean,
that's
one
not
night,
even
but
a
I'm saying
point.
she let him do it for a year.
Just for any time. Period. Who does that? Nobody. Who the
Motherfucker-
fuck does that?
You know who does it,
those
Eric?
parents.
I'm gonna be realistic.
So-
you know who does it? Somebody who wants something out of it.
Or better yet,
They're willing to sacrifice their kids.
No, I don't
to
think
get
so.
what they want. Obviously, they were
I
because
don't-
you looking at it like I'm looking at it. There is no way in the world I would let my kids stay with no
okay.
motherfucker for no
I don't
one
think
night.
that.
Any
Okay,
night.
I don't
So
think.
why would they let them stay for constant nights and go away for weeks at a time?
What are you saying they were after? Because that's what I probably disagree with.
Well, okay, you got to look at this. The fame.
no,
Wait a
let's
minute,
answer
hold
the
on.
question, Kev.
The-
What
what
do you
I'm
think they
saying-
were after?
I'm thinking they're after a better life for themselves because
So
they
you
were
money.
now.
You think
they
they're
were-
after money?
I don't say money. I would say It all comes back to money, but the way they started living, the way they would start having interaction,
talking about
the things
the
that were
parents.
going
Yeah,
on with the parents,
that's what I'm saying.
the things that were going on that Michael was giving to them and they were giving to Michael, they were starting to feel like they were all family and
Okay,
kids.
so
have to
what do
see
you
that
think that?
documentary.
What do you think that the goal? What do you think for them? They're getting out of it.
They're getting a better life. They
I
were
mean,
getting
so
a
what
better
is it?
life.
What makes them give
They
it?
did get a better life.
So
One
what?
parent said the parents got him a brand new house, right?
So it's money, like I said. So you talking about money, right?
I mean, ultimately, it is all money.
See,
yeah.
and that's where I disagree with. I
So
don't.
why would they do it? Why would they let it happen? Why would they continue? Even though they were questioning it. You see what I see on Tone. Now they were questioning themselves. Like even after he had a case, remember Tone? They were like, "You sure he ain't touching you?" And 7-year-old kid, 8-year-old kid, 9-year-old kid, right?
Right, and that's
They should be like,
that's
what the
my
fuck?
dilemma right there is trying to figure out if these two dudes are full of shit because they kept going back, knowing it was wrong, but they kept going back. They acted like the girlfriend.
Before we go back to the guys, though,
Okay.
what we're going back to, the reason why I disagree with the money part is because I'm thinking about me, how I felt,
Okay.
and I don't think it wasn't about money. It was about Michael Jackson was such a big icon that it was more about just hanging with Mike. I don't think it was ever about what can we get from Mike as far as houses and all that stuff. That might have came later.
Yeah, later.
But I think that it's all about if Mike, like Tony said earlier, if Mike invites you to the house,
You
we
going.
all and you know what? I'm willing to say
you going to a point. Yeah, I'm going.
I'm willing to say that at that time, back then, if I was a parent, I probably would have considered letting my kid go to Neverland. Now, we all think about it in hindsight, like who the fuck lets their kid go with Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
But you got to remember how we felt about Michael.
Mike, yeah,
No,
exactly.
I didn't see anything wrong with going to Neverland. I
No. There's a
I
whole.
spending the night
Kevin,
in the bed.
Kevin.
with this man. Yeah,
No,
yeah.
there's a whole bunch wrong with going to Neverland.
What? Why would you say that? If you were
Because
invited
a
to
grown ass man has
minute.
a fairy tale land in his backyard. There's something wrong with that, and
Okay.
he ain't got no fucking kids.
Okay, first of all, if you would, this is why you need to see the documentary. He
If
wasn't
anybody,
always
Tony,
by
I mean, Kevin,
himself with the kids.
answer me
There was
this,
a bunch of
answer me this,
interaction
Tony.
in place.
Answer me this,
They was
Tony.
playing and
Answer me
everything.
this, Tony.
Whole
I'm
bunch of
talking
kids
about.
there.
I'm talking about. I'm generalizing, and I'm talking about logic now. If there's a man in your neighborhood, Tony, when you were a kid, who had a damn amusement park in his backyard, and he ain't got no fucking kids, what do you think as a grown up looking at it?
Oh,
What's going on?
Man, that's an attraction for kids.
Right.
And
But
he
there was
has-
a whole
and
bunch
he
of
has
kids there.
no
It wasn't
kids.
like it was one kid. It was
There wasn't a
bunch
whole bunch of
of,
kids
Oh yeah,
there.
no, Eric,
It
you
was
gotta
only
see it. It would be a bunch of kids there.
Kev, but there's only the kids that he invited.
Yeah, that's true. That's right.
Yeah, you need to be on the list.
You
Yeah,
need
you
to
would have
be
to be on the list.
exactly. You
Yeah,
would have to be on. There's no way in the world. Now, it'd be different if a grown man. It would still be suspect, but if he opened it up and let everybody come, everybody's parents, everybody do what you want to do. I'm just doing this for the public.
Yeah.
This motherfucker had a basically a private club,
Yeah.
private party for the kids that he wanted to bring there, and then he would have parents drop them off. Come on, bruh. That nigga's got to go, man. Michael's got to go, bro. He's on my list. I mean, R. Kelly might be
No, R.
one.
Kelly on the list too.
R. Kelly might be one, but Michael Jackson fighting him for it.
So, go ahead, Tom.
Yeah. Like we were saying though, but I mean, Thriller Days.
Yeah, he was the icon.
You trying to tell me if Mike called? But the difference is that Mike was calling these folks like out of just, hey, what are you doing? Like, what you guys
Yeah,
eating?
that shit's crazy.
That's crazy.
See,
Let you do that.
And
Back,
then Mama was going to get him in the station wagon.
come on. My mama knows who Michael Jackson was. Even back in the day, it was
think-
like Thriller Days.
Yeah.
I damn sure would have said, "Mama, can I go?
Can we go get Mike, Mama?
Mama, can
Can
I go over there?" And she'd have been like,
Hey, they was going to get Mike, and Mike was coming to stay at their house.
So I think that if
crazy.
I'm just being real, and we try to tell the truth on this. Sometimes we all challenge each other on different things, but we try to tell the truth on this shit. And if I'm telling the truth, I remember when I was in, I'm trying to think when that victory tour was.
Oh shit, that's 80.
I had to be like in the, I don't know, 8th grade, 7th grade, something like the 8th grade.
That might be 84, 85, right?
8th grade.
83? 83. Victory? What's it,
I don't think it was that.
Because that was after.
It might have been like 84, 85, something
Yeah, I
like
think
that.
so,
Yeah.
around in there.
I'd say 84.
Yeah.
If I take a guess.
All right, go ahead, we look it
83,
up.
84. But if I have to, if I go back to that time, I mean, that's probably my highest point with Michael and the Jacksons and stuff. Bruh.
Yep.
What was it?
Between July and December of 1984.
Yeah.
Did I say 84?
84, yeah.
So,
So it was somewhere in there.
like I say, I don't know. See, it's hard to think of. It's hard for me to put myself in that position because, thankfully, I've never been approached by, a man when I was a little kid and stuff like that. So I don't know what I would do. And it's only now being a grown man, it's so easy for us to play the tough guy or play the right decision now as a grown man, thinking back, I would never do this, I would never do that.
Yeah.
But I know how infatuated I was by Michael Jackson. Everything he did, I thought that motherfucker was bad.
Hell yeah.
No,
Yeah.
what is it? Bad? No. I couldn't
Bad.
think of the word last time
Bad.
when we was talking about. Remember we talking about Mary J. Blige?
Oh.
When we were talking about real love.
Yeah, no pun.
No pun.
No pun.
So yeah, I thought he was bad. No pun.
Yeah.
But the thing is that at that time, like that Kevin just said, or what Tony just said, if I would have got a phone call from a Michael Jackson saying, "Come to Neverland, whatever the fuck it's called, the Super Ranch or whatever the fuck it's called."
Neverland. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Tony said, I would have had a fit with my parents if they wouldn't let me in.
Mm-hmm.
Second of all, once you get there and you hanging with Michael, you probably realizing that this is the best thing in your life.
And you don't want to go home.
You don't. So when Michael asks you to take down your drawers and bend over so he can see your booty hole while he jack off, because that's what they said he was doing. They said he was watching the kids bend over and he would jack off.
Mike nasty.
You would do it because
He wouldn't want
listen,
mine.
hang on. See, now this is the part that I'm being real about. And this is the part that some cats can't never get past, like Kevin. But what I'm saying is,
Never do that.
at that point, as a kid, you don't know what you would do. Michael Jackson's asking you to bend over.
I'm gonna give him a warning.
I might bend over.
I'm gonna give him a
I
warning.
might pull my drawers down and be like, shit, he wanted to see my ass.
Yeah, I'm like, shit. I'm 7. I don't even know how to wipe my
That's
ass
what I'm
right.
saying. And you got
He would've seen
you got
some shit.
big arcade games over there. You got Bubbles, the monkey sitting over there. You're like shit. I guess that's what everybody do to hang out.
Mike nasty.
You don't want to make Mike mad because you want to stay. So you don't know what you would do. But I'm thinking that most kids, I'm sorry to say, but most kids would probably try to keep Mike happy. And it's sad to say, but I think they would because kids don't know no better.
They don't know nothing.
That I would agree with you over there.
And they get caught up in shit. Think about it. A lot of kids do a lot of things. Kids would do some of the stupidest shit just on peer pressure.
Yeah.
Just to make their friends happy.
Pretty much.
You got somebody as
funny.
the biggest superstar in the world telling you to bend over.
See
know,
my nasty
Hey, that shit is
wiping
nasty.
ass.
That shit is
That's a
hey,
nasty
But you know
motherfucker.
what? Eric make a valid point. I mean, you're right. I just feel like, yeah, that don't make any sense. But this is coming from a grown ass man. From a kid, though, you might be right, Eric. That's Michael Jackson and the status he was
But
then.
that's what-
you know how big he was then. You're right.
You have to,
might
but
might do it.
But you have to be able to sometimes take yourself out of.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's so easy for us to look at it. We judge everything on how we are now.
Yeah.
And we forget about
Right.
how we were as a kid. And as a kid, you know, we all did some knucklehead, some stupid shit. And, you know, some of the stuff we ain't gonna never find out about because I won't tell.
Okay.
I ain't gonna tell you all the shit I did. But we all did stupid shit. So it's like, you never know. You never know what you would have did if the biggest star in the world asked you to do something.
So that makes us bring up the question.
And
I
you
was
already
asking.
want to spend the night.
At the same time, there's no excuse though.
Yeah. So that makes me bring up
For
this
Michael.
question.
Let's make it clear.
For
That-
Michael.
Yeah.
Oh,
this
yeah.
is Not,
I'm speaking on the kid's
right
behalf.
on the
right
kid.
there.
What the kid might be thinking at that time, because like I said, I would say, you're trying to tell me Mike just got off the phone and said I can come over. I'm going
I'm
over.
gone, nigga. I'm trying to get over.
Yeah.
If I got to run away,
Yeah.
All of us will agree that we all try to
He's
get over
sending me.
Michael's ass.
He's
Go to
sending me
Neverland.
He's sending a car.
But Michael's smarter than that. He made sure the parents were involved. He got them to buy into it. He's
he
smarter
don't-
than that.
No, he got
I don't
their
know.
trust.
I don't
that's
know.
to say he earned their trust. He
I
made
don't know.
sure he was talking to the mom. He was very good about having relationships with the mom. You see
I
that?
don't know. I
So-
don't know that he was smarter than that. I think Michael was such a big. He's such a big person that everybody was enamored by. No matter what,
Right.
people we were. He's to the thing about it. We're talking about years after he had died now,
Mhm.
and we've seen everything but him penetrate chicks. I mean, little babies,
Mhm.
and kids, and we still want to give him the benefit of that. That's how famous he is.
Well, the interesting part about what you said, Michael
He's so
Jackson was
famous.
so famous that everybody on the planet should have known him. Then that means most of those parents were lying because they kept saying they didn't know who Michael Jackson was. Remember, the parents was maybe like,
that's
"Oh yeah, wait,
ridiculous.
we never knew who Michael was," and blah blah blah. That's the story they tell it. That they didn't know who Michael was, and then when the kid wanted to see Michael, he was like, "Oh, that's Michael Jackson."
Them parents just threw me off
That's
all
what
the
I'm saying.
way because those parents were stage moms.
Yeah.
They want their little kids to.
If you're a
Become superstar.
stage mom, there's no way in the world you don't know who Michael Jackson
Well,
is.
Exactly.
the first kid, the kid James, he wanted to be in pictures or he wanted to be in movies, and they were like, "We got a commercial for you. We want you to do this Pepsi commercial." And he goes and he stars in that Pepsi commercial when Michael walked in and he's looking at all Michael's stuff, and Michael comes in. He's in that commercial. So the mom's like, "Oh, that's Michael Jackson." She said her and the kid and Michael Jackson hit it off, so they start talking to each other all the time. That's how he went with that one. So that's kind of interesting. But anyway, so the question I had is, as black people, you know, as a race,
Is Tony black today?
he black today. You told me he's black all
I didn't
season.
how can you answer if he's black today?
Because you told me he's black all season.
Wait. But we even if you say I told you, we gonna answer for Tony if he black today?
No, he gonna answer for himself.
He's the only person that know if he black.
Eric, you go ahead and answer for me. 'Cause you answer everything of me
You want me
anyway.
to-
Go ahead.
you want me to
Go
answer
ahead.
for you?
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, Tony's gonna be black today.
All
Thank
right.
you, Tony.
Right
So
on.
as black people, with no physical evidence, all we have is our gut feeling.
I like when you do that. You can
You know?
let it put it on me.
A gut feeling with no physical evidence. And think about all the people in America who get convicted with no physical evidence. There's no physical evidence of Michael Jackson. Do we write Mike off and saying he did it? We're sure he did it. He's not here to defend himself. There's no evidence. We can't do anything about it. But he's guilty. Let's write him off. He should not be on the radio.
Nigga, we
He should
get it.
not-
You got to keep on going. You asked the question.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You know. Or do we say
He's saying a lot.
until you get some evidence? Till you get some evidence, you continue to treat him like he's innocent until you get some physical evidence. That's my question. Go ahead.
Okay, I want you to answer it.
No, fuck that. I asked the question.
See,
You
exactly.
answer it.
Oh shit! Don't
Damn,
let him answer.
nigga, why you blow my eardrums out?
Motherfucker, I asked the question. Answer that, motherfucker.
No, I want you to answer it
No, I'm not answering.
because you're the one that always flip flop.
I already got my opinion. I already
Well,
stated
say
mine
it then.
earlier. I already told you earlier how I felt about Michael Jackson. So go ahead.
You didn't say what you felt about what you just the question you just answered.
Answer the fucking question.
Who you
The
talking to?
last time you had me do this
Oh,
flip flop
who
shit,
you
I had
talking
to
to?
get a motherfucker on the phone. Stop that shit. Let's go, man. You know I ain't flip flop, but let's make it happen.
You do
Stop
be.
that
What do
shit.
you mean you don't flip flop?
Man,
That's all
I'm
you
not-
do is
Make
flip
it
flop.
happen, mother. Make it happen.
Man,
Michael Jackson.
answer the question.
Michael Jackson Jr. Look, 8-year-old Eric, answer the question. Now, I know you would show him your booty hole at 8, but
7.
So you gonna answer the question?
answer the question for me.
No,
man. Come
I
on.
want to hear you say it
Dingleberries and everything.
because I feel like you go with the winning side. Whatever side's winning, that's my side.
Oh,
This
sweet
nigga
Jesus.
writing
Let's
shit
go.
down. Why
What
you
are we
writing shit
doing?
down? And you writing it to Tony? Oh, you don't want me to see? Man, this,
Oh.
what the fuck is this?
Secrets.
You know what? We about to do some real changing in this show. I'm about to get some motherfuckers on this show that's with me.
I ain't do nothing.
But I'm saying.
What?
You see?
No,
Then he said, what? Hey, he said like this too. Like he said,
It's sloppy because I'm trying to stand up and write it.
Oh.
You see what it says?
are you
That
left-handed?
part. That's his name.
Okay.
All right, you got it. Now, I got my opinion. You go ahead, and you go ahead and say your answer. I got it. Tony, no, I can't change it. I wrote it down.
Tony
Here we
don't
go.
know shit. That motherfucker go with a lost in the
I'll
motherfucker.
show it to you. I'll write it clean or whatever you do. Go ahead.
What's the question again?
Should we support him or not?
Why you raising your hands at me?
Okay,
and shit
first
when
of
you
all-
ask the
Motherfucker, you
question,
offended
you
me,
better
man.
chill
You
out.
Can't
That's
support
shit.
somebody that's
Shaolin
passed.
We gonna tear up everything.
No,
in
to
this
give
motherfucker.
to not play his music. His music still be
Look
played.
at this nigga talking with his hands and shit, hitting the mic and shit.
I didn't hit the mic. My mic's way over here. I was over here.
I'm trying to adjust you guys rattling this motherfucker, right?
Man, Tony, you know what? It's been a lot of shit that's happening. That I get blamed for that you been doing today.
Because he looking at you.
Okay,
Anyway,
so
answer the question.
because he's so animated over there. This nigga moving 1,000 miles per hour over there. He up
that grand larceny.
over with you talking, writing shit that nobody else can read but him.
That's
Bruh,
all right. The grand
he on
larceny.
He on the second
Okay,
cup.
so here we go.
He on the second cup.
Oh, no, we got it. Hey, we really got to start rationing out the alcohol.
Yeah,
man.
man.
He
This
take over.
guy
there.
right here.
Man, you two alcoholics, man. Let's go. Come on. Answer the question, Eric.
I ain't no alcoholic, nigga.
We like drinking.
So here we go. So as far as I'm concerned with Michael Jackson, I ain't got his back. Fuck Michael. And here I go with this. There's just two. I'm gonna be quick with it too, cause I don't want to go on forever. There's two things. First of all, I just feel like I already told you. It's not healthy. It's just not healthy. Whether he touched the boys or not, it ain't healthy. So I just feel like he had issues. He had some real problems that he needed to deal with. He didn't, and he's dead now. So it's it is what it is. But the second part, real quick, is why the fuck do I care if they play Michael music anymore? Michael ain't got shit to do with me. He was somebody I grew up with, whatever, listening to. But my thing is that we really got to stop putting so much energy into things that really don't bring anything to our lives. What I mean by that is that this is so much shit that we pay attention to. There's so much shit that we care about that in return don't give a shit about us. And I just feel like the Michael situation, the R. Kelly situation, the whatever situation, I'm not saying that. I'm not trying to be cold-hearted and be like, fuck everybody, fuck this. But if you do wrong, there's consequences. It's the same way with us. If I go out there right now and get a DUI, R. Kelly ain't sitting there watching me on Instagram and shit saying, oh man, no, I gotta ride with E. I gotta ride with Eric. Nobody gives a fuck about what you did.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about what Kevin's going through. So my thing is, the only reason we care is because they got some They got some songs. They got some stuff that, they're famous. But these same fuckers, man, when they riding high, and I hate to be like sound bitter, but with these same stars, when they riding high and everything's going good, you know what I'm saying? You can't even speak to these motherfuckers. You can't even get to these. They don't care. They don't care about you. So why do we care so much about them? They really don't. And the more successful they are, the more you can't get to them. I mean, you look at, I'm going on, but you look at like Jay-Z and them. I talk about Tony's boy. Jay-Z and them, right? Jay-Z's probably arguably one of the biggest entertainers out there, right? These fuckers have parties and shit that nobody can get to unless you're invited.
Unless you're the chosen.
And yeah, you got to be a chosen one, to the point that there's rumors going around that it's what do they call them people? The group?
Illuminati.
Yeah, the Illuminati. And it's
The
like
Illuminati.
It's to the Tony, don't say that too loud. But it's like to the point that that's how it is. They distance themselves from regular folks. So why do regular folks care so much about these? And that's what we need to really. If I could really change shit in entertainment, that would be one of the biggest things I would change. Is how we dick ride, or we pump up so much these people, and a lot of the people don't even have the talent to be pumped up as much. We got the Kardashians, who are some of the biggest stars in the world, and they have absolutely no talent. There's no talent. They're famous from living everyday life. They're famous. I mean, I'm not going to say it's average life, but they wake up with a camera in their face. They do whatever they do for the day, and we watch it with our, every minute of it, like they doing something special. So I'm like, man, you know what? I'm trying to be like this, but I'm not going to lie. I do feel certain ways about Michael, or certain ways about R. Kelly, as far as feelings go, because they were a part of our life all coming up. But I'm trying to be like, fuck them. Because, I mean, they don't know fucking Eric. They can give a shit about Eric. So I give a shit about them.
Tone?
No, I told you a couple episodes. I don't even know.
Episodes.
Episodes.
My drinking or your drinking, dog?
Episodes.
I said a couple of episodes that I wasn't listening to Mike. So
Yeah, Tony was the first one to come out saying he wasn't listening to Mike.
I wasn't listening to Mike. I was conflicted on do I listen after Thriller or before Thriller?
So do you? I'm
That's
gonna
hard.
give me some ice real quick. I want to ask you because today, Pretty Young Thing came on our station we listen to, PYT. Do you change the channel if it comes on?
Nah.
You don't.
Nah.
If R. Kelly comes on, do you change the channel?
Yeah, but they don't play R. Kelly anymore.
But I mean, would you change the channel?
Yeah, I probably would.
What about if it's your favorite R. Kelly song?
That's
What if
well
you?
play album.
What if you had a fine ass girl on the side? So, ooh, that's my jam. When it
Hell
came
no.
on,
I put on the old jams. I put the old school jams on.
my mind's telling me no.
So now I will go ahead and answer
I play
Eric's
some,
question.
David Hollister or something like that. Something.
In my view of it
He's
is,
still singing.
I put Michael and Prince on a pedestal when I was a kid and growing up. I really did. I thought they were incredible. But as an adult, as I got older and older, I've started to realize who these people are. They are entertainment. They are no more than entertainment. So for me, I don't think that them playing a Michael Jackson song is going to make me change the radio. And I don't think that...
Is that what he wrote on the paper?
What I'm telling you is what I wrote. Is I support Michael Jackson.
Because this nigga be flip-flopping. You got to watch him.
I support listening to Michael Jackson. And what I'm saying is, for why I support Michael Jackson, and here's gonna be the real killer.
Because I know why you
R.
do.
Kelly.
I know why you
R.
do.
Kelly
Against the grain.
Hold on.
I know why you do. Because you 4'3". you built like one of them little kids on Michael told me though.
That's funny
That nigga's short.
because
I really appreciate you pausing so I can get my joke out.
That's funny.
This nigga will never pause for you to get your joke out. Okay,
that's
go
hella
ahead.
funny.
Go ahead.
Because I don't think about Michael Jackson and R. Kelly in the sense of them being these people who did these things. I see them as either child molesters or whatever they are. I see that part. That's Michael Jackson and that's Robert Sylvester Kelly. When I listen to their music, I think more about I think more about what I was doing at that time and what I was the moment for me. When I hear that Michael Jackson song, I don't think about Michael Jackson as a child molester. I think about, damn, we was doing this, we was doing that. It brings back nostalgia for me. So when I listen to those songs, that's the part I think about. So for me, taking the music away would make me lose memories of a good time that I was happy or when I was doing something that I enjoyed. So that's why I do support listening to the music. But I do say they need to be prosecuted. They should go to jail for the shit they did because that's some fucked up shit to mess with kids. But the music, I believe the music should live on.
All right, so we're gonna
There we go.
leave it at that.
We're going to leave it at that, motherfucker. That.
He's on his
We gotta
third.
let that nigga stay off the alcohol. What? How long we been going? Cause we fucked up by talking about Michael first. That went way
Ooh,
too long.
that went for a good minute. That went for a good minute, bro.
So we're gonna skip.
Let's move
No,
on.
hang on. We're gonna skip some stuff. So, cause I don't want to talk about that now. Fuck. Let's go with we'll go with real quick, and we ain't got to speak on this. We just gonna real quick. So I guess Drake removed Drake during his shows. I guess he got a song on the Scorpion album that he removed that has Michael Jackson sampled through it or something.
Mm-hmm.
So he removed that song from his show. So I guess they're saying he's in Canada now or whatever he's performing, and Canada's not gonna get the same show that everybody else get because he's removing that song. So
That's his prerogative.
so, and then he left it when they asked him about how he feels about if Michael's guilty or not. He kind of left that out there, like he didn't really say one way or the other. He just thought it would be I don't know. He didn't say politically correct, but that's what we take it as. He's just correct to take it out, and so he don't offend anybody. So anyway,
That's who he is, Drake. I probably would do the same thing. He make a lot of money.
so J-Lo's getting married again.
That's the third time.
Again.
Who didn't expect
Third
that?
time?
No, she's already been married 3 times.
Yeah, she can-
This will be her
She been
4th
married a
though.
couple times.
I know she married the dancer dude, and she was married to Mark Anthony. Who was the other time she was married to?
Some
Oh,
waiter.
Ben Affleck, huh?
It was a waiter. No.
Oh,
She
not
never married.
She never married Ben.
No.
Oh, okay.
She married, so she's been married 3 times. It'll be the 4th time.
Oh, okay.
So here we go with my thing is, fuck. If you want to get married, get married.
Mm-hmm.
Get married 100 times.
Mhm.
But I always said if my marriage that I'm in right now ever ends, okay. I'm gonna be real. I was gonna say a joke with it, but I'll be real. When my kids were younger, I said I would get, if something happened to my wife, not divorced, if something happened to my wife, like she passed away, I said I would get married again. Because I have 3 daughters. I need somebody to help me comb this hair. I can't braid. So I need somebody to help me comb the hair and stuff. So I always felt like I would probably need somebody to help me. But now, as my daughters are grown, if something happened to my wife or if we got a divorce, I don't think I would ever get married again.
Why not?
It just doesn't make sense to me, and it's just me. I'm not putting this on anybody else. It just doesn't make sense for me to get married again. I mean, I've lived a majority of my life with somebody now.
Mm-hmm.
I've been with my wife longer than I've been with my parents as far as living together.
Mm-hmm.
So at this point, it's kind of like, why go through learning to live with somebody, and that I just feel like I'd be better off. And I know things happen, so it might not happen like this, but I just feel like I would be better off dealing with myself. I mean, you guys already called me an asshole. Y'all talk about how
I call you an asshole.
yeah, you talk about how much I'm never satisfied. I'm always complaining. I'm always this and that. Tony talks about I don't eat this. I don't eat that. Why put somebody through all that shit when I know what I want? So it's better if I'm by myself. So I mean, so I don't know if that's the question to be asking, but so J Lo's getting married again, and what I was gonna say is at what point do you start thinking like at J Lo, she's on her third marriage, so we talking about me getting remarried.
Well,
J Lo getting remarried. I don't think more remarried.
In my view, I don't think that's something you can answer. I mean, right now you say you wouldn't get married again, but I don't think you know that until you're in that relationship with that person.
I think I know that.
I think so. You're gonna go into a new relationship, like you said. You don't know what happens. You get a divorce or something happens. You're gonna go into a new relationship saying, this person won't make me happy enough to be married to them.
I'm not saying that she won't make me happy enough.
I would be married again.
I'm not saying that she won't make me happy enough.
Oh.
What I'm saying is, at this point in my life, at my age, and where I'm at in my life, when I start talking about my retirement, when I start talking about what I want to do, I'm getting to that age. I just feel like this doesn't make sense for me to go out and get married again.
Mm. Oh, okay.
I mean, that's me. It ain't got nothing to do with anybody else. It's just how I feel about where I've been, where I'm at, and figuring bringing somebody else into what I already doing. Remember, I got three kids.
Yeah.
So bringing somebody else in, going through, it's just something that doesn't interest me. It doesn't really interest me. It's something I want to do. I don't want to be reintroducing somebody to my kids and figuring out how to do it. At this point in my life, it's just whatever it is that marriage brings or whatever it is that love brings, it just doesn't interest me as much. You know, when you were younger, you know, the companionship meant a lot more to me. The sex meant a lot to me.
Yeah.
At this age, all that shit doesn't mean doesn't carry the same amount of weight. So it's not like I need that.
Yeah. I can understand that.
I wouldn't mind having a companion to kick it with. You know, in the perfect world, somebody cool to kick it with, where you can have you have your cake and eat it too.
Yeah.
But you know, so and we talk about J Lo, but y'all might want to speak on just that part of it.
No, I mean just what
Not
you were saying.
I meant Tony.
Fuck you.
Because you been talking the whole goddamn time. I was gonna let him talk.
I think I just been nodding. I've been saying yeah. I just asked you a question. That's all I did.
I was gonna let Tony answer.
I want Tony to speak. I want Tony to
Nigga,
speak.
shut up then. Let him speak.
Fuck you.
I'll be back.
Go ahead.
I'm about to go do groceries.
You ain't going nowhere.
Tony, you ain't going
Don't
nowhere.
try to act like you don't never
Damn.
speak, nigga.
Go ahead and speak on it. Go and speak on it, Tony.
Let's see. This is, you know what?
That nigga
You know what? This is that shit he does. This is why he got them. That's why he got them little fans and stuff that because they be feeling sorry because he plays that little victim shit like, oh, I don't get to say nothing. I get to say nothing.
I didn't say nothing.
I'm gonna go grocery shop while y'all. You play that little role and shit.
Motherfuckers, boy. You want me to speak on J-Lo? Or you want me to just speak on what?
Okay, forget it then. So let's speak on J-Lo then.
I'm not married, so I don't.
So we speak on J-Lo. So my thing with J-Lo is like
bless.
I just feel like J-Lo, why get married again? You have
possibility.
She can't pick him.
The possibility though. Maybe
The
Alex
possibility
is
of
right.
what?
Maybe Alex is the one.
He's
I
they're
guess.
evened
Why,
out.
though?
He's got his money.
Yeah,
She got her money.
So wait. Mark Anthony had her money. At that time, Mark Anthony was big. He had money.
Yeah.
She had money.
But they both were young with the careers going forward. They were on the road all
Everybody
the time,
she been with. I mean, it's unfortunate that because she's so
like
famous.
50.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate she's so famous that her life is, all her personal business is put out there like that. But we've known all her boyfriends, and they don't work out. P. Diddy, all these motherfuckers,
Right.
they don't work out. So, in my point, I'm like, if you're J Lo, you fine as hell, you got all the money in the world. You, why do the married thing again? Just
Hey,
be J
man.
Lo.
Celebrities live a whole different life, bruh.
Yeah.
They can do whatever though.
So you saying love is different for celebrities than it is for regular people?
Well, like you said, you don't know if you could remarry.
I know I couldn't.
Yeah.
I'm
But
saying,
for her,
but-
it's
But
no big deal.
okay, but you said celebrities.
Yeah.
I said me. So I'm just saying people are different. You're saying like celebrities are different.
Oh, come on. Celebrities, fucking,
So their love is different than our love.
It must be
You think so?
because they can post that they're engaged and
Regular
break
people do
up.
that. Regular people do that.
regular people don't post.
Yes, they do.
Regular people don't have blue checks on their Instagram.
I know, but but you don't have to have a blue check. You can go to somebody who got 10 followers and they post up every goddamn thing they do. Didn't your friend just post up this weekend?
Ooh, don't do that.
Oh shit.
Don't do that.
Oh,
Don't do
shit.
that. Oh,
You
my
know what?
friend.
You're right. You're right.
Don't do that. Don't do
You're
that.
right. She's our friend.
Yeah.
She ain't his friend. I just put
I don't
him
know
on
how
the
many
spot
people
like
followed her.
that. I'm just saying though, people post up everything they do
Right.
all the time.
Right. But
I wish I could.
But we've talked about it already. We talked about it already. That celebrities, their world is
Yeah.
totally different from ours. I mean, they're one day you see them on TV, and next thing you see them skiing somewhere in a tropical island. While us, where
That nigga said skiing in a tropic island. Cam, you
Water
just hear what
skiing.
this nigga just said?
water
Yeah, I
skiing.
heard him.
That nigga
Water
said
skiing.
he's skiing in a
Water
water
skiing.
skiing.
Water
Okay.
skiing. See, they
You
ski
cleaned that
water,
shit
so-
up good.
Yeah, thanks.
It's like this nigga skiing in a tropical.
You know what? They got so much money, they probably do go. Some
Well,
island got
Dubai,
snow
in
in it.
Dubai, in that hotel, he got that one floor that's all snow.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Get to that.
Yeah. Man, I don't give a fuck what these motherfuckers
Kev,
do, man. Shit.
Kev, so from
Right.
what I know you're gonna deny it now.
Huh?
Oh, you might not.
All right.
So with the way you was kind of swaying, if I didn't know no better, it sounded like you say that you would get married again.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that I don't know. I'm not gonna say no.
You open to it.
I'm open. I'm open that if I was like, found like I was really happy, I'd be like, yeah, I would do it again because I probably want to spend the rest of my life with that person. So I'm not gonna say no.
So you would want to marry him.
I don't know that. I don't. I have no idea.
You can't spend
But
the
I'm
rest
just
of your life with
saying-
somebody that you don't have, that you're not.
You
married
never
to.
know until you never know.
You don't have to get married to him.
No, you don't. But maybe that's sort of in my upbringing, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I guess
Don't
that
ever
would be
listen to
some-
me. I'll get you in trouble.
Yeah, that right there would be.
It's in your
probably the shit.
upbringing.
You.
It
I mean,
kills
my
me how
parents-
it
my
kills me how
parents-
people pick and
my
choose
parents-
what they do in their upbringing. There's a whole bunch of shit that was in your upbringing that you
Yeah,
don't do.
You're right. That
But
I
then
don't
you
do.
pick and
don't
choose
do.
what you want to use in your upbringing.
But you look at my parents, man. I mean, they were married for 50-something years. I mean, that sounds incredible. I mean, shit. Like, damn. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty sure they hated each other at various times, but somehow they stuck it out. And then, you want to find somebody you want to deal. My father, over the last few
But
months,
we not
went through
talking
a
about
lot,
okay. But
you
we
know what I
not
mean? Just trying
okay.
to get
But
it-
we not
get
talking
yourself
about
back together.
we not talking about your first marriage. We on to a next marriage. So evidently that 50 years or whatever.
It's not gonna never happen.
Yeah, that's
no.
out the that's out the picture now. We talking about getting remarried.
I don't know. I mean, the right woman, I would say, hell yeah. I mean, I'm thinking that. I'm thinking I would probably think like that. Yeah.
At the age you're at now,
At the age I'm at now, because
you would go through a wedding and shit again.
I don't know about no big wedding. I would have had a big ass wedding, so I don't know if I ever
don't
do
need-
that again. I would probably just be like, just his pieces, get this done.
I don't know why would you even bother getting married. Just
I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't. I don't know.
wouldn't do it.
I don't
Just
know.
be with a girl
I have
and-
no idea.
just
I-
be with a girl and be a
I have
companion.
no idea. I have no idea. I mean, the things that you that you share, you buy things, you have things together, you have a house, you have all this other stuff. You want her to be able to distribute your assets. You want her to be taken care of. You want all that stuff, and I'm pretty sure you still can get all that done.
What the fuck you care about all that for?
If you,
At this
if you care
age,
about somebody,
you
you
know,
do care about them.
you know
the way the
what?
rest of their life
Okay,
goes.
okay. This is exactly.
Here we go.
At this age,
She should have
who I'm dating,
Yeah. Okay.
because I ain't dating a little young girl who ain't got shit. You figure they probably trying to protect what they got too. So while you trying to protect what you got, at the same time, excuse me, sniffing. I got a little bit. I think I got a cold coming, but I'm.
You ain't got that one that was hanging up.
Oh, we talk about that in a minute. We'll talk about that in just a minute. So my thing is like, I'm not at this point. I'm not trying to do all that. Bring you in on what I've already worked all these years without you. I mean, because you think about it, I'm don't know why I'm trying to get around it, but we're 40-something years old. Why do I feel like you're entitled to what I just met you, 2 months ago or whatever, or we're 2 years from today. We're 2 years from today. 2 years forward from today. And you're entitled to the all them years we put into the thing. You weren't with me none of them goddamn. I'm about to retire, and you moving in now, and you
Yeah,
you out your fucking mind.
Not at this age, man. You
Nah,
come across
man.
somebody that ain't got shit, and they're about the same age as you.
Damn.
She's got some issues.
I don't mind spending.
Yeah,
I don't
didn't
mind
say,
doing.
damn, y'all gotta make mine's gotta be broke.
No, I don't mind doing for you. If you ask me for it, ask me to do for you or something, I don't mind
cool.
doing for you and shit like that. But as far as making it legal, where you can get half of my shit, what the fuck for? Like I said, I got 3 kids, nigga. I got 3
got
kids.
3 grown kids.
How you think they feel about all of a sudden this other woman getting half of your stuff? So now they get
She getting the house.
that's less shit they ain't
Just
getting.
to play devil's advocate, I'm hoping that you are concerned about your happiness, not your kids' happiness. They're adults. They're doing their own thing. So you're about you. You should be totally about you.
When it
You
comes
being happy.
when it comes to my happiness, that's my happiness.
Yeah.
When it comes to my worth, what I'm leaving, what people have access to, that's mine. That's about my kids. Only people I care about, and my wife at this point.
Yeah,
I
but
care
when you-
about. I'm
when
not
you-
trying
when
to.
you-
I can care less. I really can care less at this point in my life about another associate, a friend, or a girlfriend, or whatever
Ooh, your new
coming
piece.
into my life and having a part of what I've earned. What
Well,
I've
wouldn't you
earned,
think-
what I've worked for to this point, is for my kids.
Right. So when you made them beneficiaries, you made sure they were taken care of, just like the rest of us, right?
Exactly.
That's what I did too. So
but
that's not gonna change.
but no, that does change.
No, it does. It does.
It-
only thing
Kev,
that changes is your
Kev.
unemployment. That's the only thing
what
that
does
changes.
change? What does change?
And what assets you might have together.
Kev. What does change is if you're married, when you die, when you're talking about life insurance and stuff, yeah, that's different. But when we start talking about things like your house and certain things like that, that stuff goes to your wife until she dies. And
It
when
goes to
she
your
dies,
wife if-
because I'm going through it right now. Remember, I'm going through this right. I don't want to put all that shit out there, but I'm going through it right now. And that shit that's supposed to go to certain people doesn't automatically go to them because their wife is still alive.
Hold on. Let me back up for a second.
You know what? I don't even want
If you have a house, it's your house, and you have a will, and you have a new wife, and that house has always been your house, you can leave that house to whoever the hell you want to
It's
leave it
not
to.
okay if it's said like that, but we're
That's why
talking
you have to
about.
have a will.
Congratulations,
You know what?
J Lo
Forget it,
and
because
A Rod.
Here we go again. This is what I was talking about earlier. I hate to fuss with you, but this is what I was talking about earlier. You don't take. You always put yourself in a position where everything is done right. When you do the shit like it's real done in real life, a lot of times the will say certain things. Like, so it'll say, I leave my fucking 65 Mustang to so-and-so. I leave this super necklace to my son. I leave this so, but certain things like houses that you're paying for with your wife, you're doing certain shit with your wife. That shit, if you die, it still goes to your wife. It doesn't automatically, because you left it to somebody, go to them. If the wife is still alive. If both of y'all die, that's one thing. So what happens is, because like I said, I'm going through it right now. Certain things automatically go to your spouse.
I see that if your spouse is on the deed, if your spouse is a part of the house. If she is not, it usually doesn't go that way. If you're the only person on there, it's you, just yours, and she's not on there, it goes to who you say it goes to.
If you put it in your will.
Yeah, if you don't have a will, then that's different.
It goes to your wife.
You don't. If you don't have nothing, they're gonna go, okay, she's illegal.
It goes to your wife.
Yeah.
Because she's still alive.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and a lot of times it goes like that because people don't have any type of documentation stating anything.
So do you have a will?
Do I have a will?
Tell the truth.
I don't have a will.
Okay.
I don't have a will. I don't.
So
pretty much everything's going to go to your wife.
Everything goes to his wife.
My kids.
Everything goes to your wife.
All my insurance stuff is divvied up.
Your shit, but
the house,
everything.
House right here.
When we're not talking about insurance,
right here,
insurance,
50-50.
Kevin, insurance is money. So that money goes to your kids. Whatever you decided to give to them. Property.
Money. I'm surprised they knocked me off.
Property wise, everything that you got is going to your wife.
Half and half. Yeah. If I died, same thing.
It's all going to your wife.
Yeah. That's what.
Yeah, but if your life insurance is a document, so it tells exactly who it's, how the dividends are going to go and who is going to go to. This
but life insurance is only about the cash, the money.
Yeah. But if you're divorced, and as you get divorced, you have to get all that stuff taken care of. You have to either sell those assets, buy the other person out of the assets, or agree.
You better update those paperwork. That's
what you got to do. No doubt. That's what you got to do. That's what got to be done.
Because if that house is yours and you're divorced from your wife, you got to specify that the house goes to one of the kids. Yeah.
If you choose not to sell the house and divvy up the assets.
Well, you got to make sure whoever takes over the house, they have the power to do that. They can sell it and get the money for it.
Yeah. I totally understood what Eric was saying when he was saying that part. If there's no documentation, then the wife takes over. So the secondary,
for the most part of it, that's usually the way it is.
Yeah, because most people don't take care of the legal paperwork to make sure it's done right.
That's always the next of kin. You're always your next of kin is.
Yeah. But anyway, like you were saying, congratulations to J Lo. She want to go out there and do it again. Deuces to her.
You know what? It's like her telling me not to do that. What? She can do whatever the fuck she wants.
She can do whatever she wants to do. And truthfully, she got enough money to do whatever the fuck she wants to do.
Yeah.
Knock yourself out, girl.
Yeah.
She, even if it fails, what's she out of?
Fucking
nothing. Because A-Rod got money. He ain't tripping.
He ain't got J-Lo money.
Nah, I'm pretty sure he don't. He has some great contracts, but I'm pretty sure he ain't got that kind of money.
J-Lo's got money coming in still. Constantly.
And I don't see no endorsements with A-Rod, so I don't know.
No, he retired, right?
No, but it's talking about still.
Oh, the
he ain't getting
side stuff.
He ain't getting
He ain't getting no money.
He probably got a restaurant.
I mean, I'm sure he got something going on.
Yeah, he probably got some restaurants or something.
He's getting married again too, so.
Yeah.
Who getting married again? Oh.
A-Rod's been married.
A-Rod, he the other half of it, right?
Good luck to the lovely couple. Book me. I'm open. Can sing.
Please. We don't want that.
Go eat. Tell it. Earlier.
So here's a question for you. I'll ask Kev, I'm gonna ask you first because our story is related to each other because it happened to us. But when I ask you, I don't want no long broke down answer. Just tell me.
10 seconds or less. Let's go.
It ain't gotta be that short.
Just that.
So, first of all, it's 2-part questions. How do you feel about if somebody if somebody you talking to has something going on with them that you need to explain to them about? Maybe they got some shit on their lip. Maybe they got. Maybe. It could be anything. Yeah, it could be anything. They something's
Booger in their
happening.
nose.
Yeah, something happening. So how
Booger
do you
in your
feel about?
nose.
Do you tell them?
Yeah, you just like dog right here.
You tell them, right?
Yeah, dog right here.
Okay, I agree with you.
That's it.
Uh,
That's how I usually say.
Okay.
I just usually say, hey, dog right here.
I that's what I do too, right? If somebody I know has something going on with them, I would let them know. Let me finish.
I didn't say that.
I would let them know, right? I'd be like, look, dog, right there.
Yeah.
Just like Kev
that's
just
how I
said.
usually
And
say it.
just to give you an example, just the other day, I was up at the supervisor's desk, and our supervisor, I guess she feels cooler with me than the other person that was standing up there. So after the other person left, she told me, she said, Eric, let him know his fly's down.
Okay.
So I went over to him because I'm cool with him. I was like, dog, you need your zippers undone. You get zipper. Oh, thanks, man. Because that's what cats do, right?
That's what we do.
So
Here it comes.
that's how I do shit. Because I wouldn't let my boy walk around looking crazy, right?
That's how I feel about it. That's
Exactly.
it. Yeah. Okay.
So today, I came back from whatever we was doing and stuff, and I was back at the office, and I'm talking with Tone, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes. And, we walk out together. He goes and gets in his car. I go get in my car. Then real quick, I pull around to where his car is because there's something that, it was a little more I had to add to what we was talking about. And I rolled the window down. I was like, hey, and so-and-so, 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 so-and-so. He's like, yeah, dog, whatever. All right. See you later, bro. See you later, bro. I roll up the window. I roll off. And as I roll off, I look in the mirror, and I got this big white dried up booger in my nose.
Damn, Tone, you didn't tell me.
Hang on, not even like in my nose. This bad boy hanging out my nose, damn near to my lip. And I felt that I was dry all day because I kept rubbing, and so there's no way in the world that he didn't see it, and it was white.
Damn, Tone.
Let him say it.
So what I did was I texted him. I said, kind of fucked up that you that you didn't tell me that I had I put it up there, a white dried up booger in my nose. It's kind of fucked up. Just fucking text me back, save it for the show. Now who does that, bruh?
Oh shit.
That's fucked
That's
up.
fucked up.
Listen,
So go ahead, Tom.
okay. First of all, I didn't see that big ass.
He lying. That nigga lying. There's no way in the. I looked in the mirror, Kev. There's no way in the world that nigga talked to me for 30 minutes and did not see that. I wish y'all could see the text that he sent me with all the happy faces laughing, the emojis and stuff. He sent me like.
Are you done?
I'm finished.
Okay. Now that he's spoken,
Uh-huh.
I did not see that Keebler elf hanging from his nose. I did not see that motherfucker. I did not see it. I am not that close to you. I am not
So
that
you
close
talked
to
to
you.
me for 30 minutes.
I wasn't that close.
That crispy critter was hanging for. Wow, bruh. How the hell you not see
I
that?
did not
That's
see
sick as
that.
shit.
I
There's
was
no way in
Listen.
the world. Kev, when I looked in that mirror, that bad
Oh,
boy was like
shit.
this, Kev. That bad boy was, I looked at that bad boy was like,
What's up? He said,
I couldn't see myself. I couldn't see myself because this big ass white blur was in the front. Like, what the fuck is that?
See, bullshit.
Oh, that's funny.
I did not see that thing, man. I
Oh,
did not see
Gee,
that shit.
man, that's crazy.
There's a few people I would not say that to. I just let them live their life, but I did not see that shit.
Why you say it for the show then?
Oh, because
Yeah.
that shit was hilarious. Because I didn't see it.
That's some
I did not
bullshit.
see it.
Tone
Yeah.
one of them niggas let you walk around. You know, because with Tone, there's always an agenda. See, with Tone,
Oh,
with
here we
Tone,
go. That's an agenda.
with Tone, he always wants you to look. Tone always wants you to look bad,
Deaf.
so he look good.
Ain't that some bullshit,
The smooth,
man?
Yeah.
the smooth leg bandit.
Silky.
Always looking.
Bullshit.
Motherfucker-
He's always
Dude,
looking for that
Most
one up.
motherfuckers
He
drop
always-
food and get a whole pantry of ants. When they retone, they come forward at a time.
Tone always
took
gotta
care
be.
of them.
Tone always gotta be one up on the brother. So
I
he's
ain't
like,
did
he's
shit.
like. So you know what he did when he saw the booger in my nose?
I ain't say nothing.
He checked his nose.
Yeah,
'Cause
I would do
That's
that
what he
too.
did.
I would
He
do
checked
that
his
too.
nose and he's like, "Oh, I'm good."
Yeah.
So
When you text me that, yeah. I
Yeah.
check my
So
nose.
that
Everybody
nigga-
does that. I
So
think
he like
everybody
he
does
walks.
that.
So he walks around like, at least it ain't me.
Hey, sometimes yeah, you gotta check your nose when you.
Hey, I went back to the I Am Burger spot, bro.
What'd you get?
I got the 3 sliders.
The bacon.
That little joint around the corner.
Yeah.
That's my good.
You
Tone
know they
came
got
in
I
with
ate
that.
all
That's
3 of them
nice.
myself.
Yeah, that's
You know
just, that's just
Oh yeah,
nice.
you could do it.
Yeah, that's
You
nice.
can do it.
It's right there.
But
Me,
Tone, what you pay
Jaden- me,
$17?
So I don't know what Tone did.
It's
So
like
I got
$9, right, just for the sliders.
yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So my bill was something like why are we talking about this right now? My bill was like
You brought it up.
$30.
Damn.
But it was. I mean, I had Surrender and
Yeah,
and,
you buy
Jada
more
with
than
me.
that. Yeah, you
Damn,
gonna pay.
that's a lot.
She had the dual.
Yeah,
You
the
got the
three,
dual one. The
the three
two.
sliders are like $9, but if
Yeah.
you get like fries and
But them
drink,
lovers
shit,
is good though.
that shit hella good, man. They know what they
that shit
doing, but
good, bro.
that shit expensive.
And they long. It take forever.
Yeah, they do.
Can you
Them
call
niggas-
in? Can you call in the order?
You better call in because
That's what I'm thinking.
You sit there forever,
you better
bro.
make a reservation.
Anyway, so anyway, this show we went way too long on Michael. We always fuck up, do something wrong on the show. We went way too long on Michael. I didn't plan
we
on
ain't
going that long,
professionals.
but we getting there. We starting to get there.
When are we gonna get there?
We got long. We do got a long ways to go.
When
You
are we
right.
gonna get there? We got like crumbs on the floor. We got ants in the studio.
This nigga.
That should be
man,
gone. That should be gone. I don't. We ain't got that many crumbs on the motherfucking floor.
It's all you.
Fuck you.
Man, I don't
And
know
what we really got to do is stop letting Kevin drink.
that's your third
He
cup.
be fucking up the show.
That's my second cup. I'm still working the second one.
Kevin be fucking up the show. Yeah, but some big tall glasses though. What happened to the drink glasses? This nigga got big tall glasses. Big Kool-Aid glasses. I'm drinking.
I got that cool shit. I got that.
Kool-Aid in the smile ass.
Was anything else happen this week? Was any new music come out? Anything before we ended?
Nah, you know what I thought was funny. You didn't even hit on it.
Just saying.
You said Rasheed Wallace is a high school coach.
Yeah, so Rasheed Wallace is took on a job at was it Jordan High School in Durham, North Carolina, as a high school coach. And the only reason I mentioned it, the only reason is I feel like it's worth talking about to me anyway, because I was a Rasheed Wallace fan. Even though he complained all the time, he had more technicals than anybody we know. He just entertained me. And he was bad. That boy was still bad. As much as he complained and said that was a bad boy. And plus, he made the Air Force Ones hella popular. He was the only nigga in the NBA wearing them Air Force Ones, bruh. But,
Yeah, but he's older now. A little
yeah,
mature.
I mean, but him, I picture him as a coach. So you got to think about, like, what's the old dude's name for Indiana? What's the coach name? Bobby,
Bobby Knight.
yeah, you got to think that times 10. Cause he gonna complain and argue with every call. Even though it's high school, I would love to see how many times this motherfucker gets thrown out of the game. Cause he's I just can't imagine him as a coach, bro.
We just wait. We'll just wait and see.
But I want to see. I mean, if we even get that report since it's high school, but that's hella cool. That's hella cool to see him as a coach.
yeah, but at the
He
same
say
time, you
technical daddy. He still lead the league in technical. He ain't even in it.
You know what? I don't even think he leads in it because when I looked it up and think I don't think he leads the league in technicals.
Rasheed used to lose.
He used to
Go
lose
crazy.
it, but they say like he's in like the top 5. So there's some people before him. I mean, there's people that got more technicals than him. I don't know who. But Dennis Rodman probably up there.
Draymond Green probably up there now.
I don't know.
That motherfucker always
I
get
don't think
technical.
Draymond got as many as Dennis Rodman.
He always going to the playoffs like with 1 or 2 to spare or whatever it is. Or what.
Dennis Rodman used to get. Remember that nigga take off his shoes and stuff and lay up against the check-in table and stuff. He did all kind of crazy shit.
Yeah, you might be right.
Dennis Rodman was something else. Anyway, so that's that. There's anything else? I don't know if there's anything else to talk about. I went out this weekend real quick and on that.
Yeah, I seen the little picture. That was kind of cool.
What picture?
You sent us a picture, fool.
I ain't
You
seen
that
no
damn
picture.
drunk.
I don't do that shit. I went out with some cats I went to high school with.
On a school night.
It was Saturday. What the fuck you
It was
talking
on
about?
Friday.
That was Saturday. Oh, it was Friday.
God damn it.
It was Friday.
This
There ain't no
motherfucker.
school night.
You gotta go to
You're
work
off the next day. So anyway, I went out. They took me to a after we went to happy hour at some spot. They took me to this cigar lounge.
Mhm.
First time I've been to a cigar lounge. I'm not a smoker, so I don't.
What's the name of the place?
It's called oh shit. What do you call that?
My boy got a place called Ambiance. So that's what I was asking.
Nah, it's called that. What do you call that shit? That kind of like the Wild Wild West, that movie.
Mm-hmm.
What do you call that shit? The
Tombstone.
Stagecoach.
no. What do you call that? That kind of like metal work. That fuck it come to. I had it too.
Brass rail. Shit, I don't know.
That kind of metal with all like the things turning and shit. That they. It's
The rustic look. The rustic.
Oh,
Rustic
I
look?
can't
Yeah,
think of
that's
it.
rustic. That's
Cantina?
it.
Fuck.
Cantina. That nigga said a cantina.
I forget what it's.
Patina.
Anyway,
Okay.
it'll
okay.
come to me. But anyway, he it's a brother that owns it too. And anyway, my boy was like, we about to leave and stuff. He's like, I'm about to head over to this cigar lounge. Y'all want to roll with me? And I was like, yeah, shit, let's roll. So we get there. You gotta be buzzed in. I guess it's members only and shit. You gotta be buzzed in and stuff. And we come in and man,
Secret society.
it's got a cool atmosphere, bruh. First of all, it's because of cigars, you think it's all kind of like manly. So it's all leather and old wood and that burgundy like color. Everything is like that deep, rich kind of color.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got that mood lighting. It's nice. Anyway, so we go in there and he gives me you can buy cigars there. You can't buy alcohol, so so they allow you to bring your own bottle in.
Wow.
Yeah, so this cat brought in a bottle of bourbon that I hadn't heard of, and I guess a lot of times they drink that cognac that goes with the cigars. But this dude had brought some bourbon and
That shit is expensive.
what's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so you got different types of yak.
Yeah, I mean, I've never really paid attention to it, and I was in Costco one day, and I was like, damn, cognac. I don't know, I forgot what brand it was. It was a cognac though. That shit was like $100 and something. I said, damn.
Oh no! They got
Two or
cognac.
300.
They got cognac just like everything else, bro. That's cheaper and stuff.
I know, but
Me and
what,
Tone used to drink all
what's
different
the-
levels of cognac.
it's not the black label. Something bigger than black. What's the?
Well, the most popular cognac that their brothers drink is Hennessy.
Yeah, that's Hennessy. But what's the? They got little different categories of it, I guess you would say.
They got RSVP. They got all kinds of
Yeah,
different
that's
ones.
it. I
I
saw
mean,
that
I'm sorry, not
RSVP or
VSOP.
VSP or
I'm sorry.
something like that. That's what it said. Yeah, that shit was
I said
expensive. I said,
RSVP.
damn.
I mean VSOP.
I mean, yeah, I don't know, but
But
that,
you
I
know,
seen
they
that
got all
shit.
different types and stuff.
That damn
I used to
yak,
have that.
though.
Remember when I had the XO bottles that I got from my boy and all that shit. But I don't like cognac. Shit makes me feel like
I
shit
don't.
the next day.
Man, I drunk some of that shit
What's
one time
that
when I was a
shit
young
called, man?
Fuck me up.
That what?
That shit I'm trying to think of.
The metal?
Yeah.
I don't know because you said
Ain't it the
rustic is not
patina?
it.
Steampunk, that's what it's called. So it's Steampunk Cigar Company. Steampunk. You know, like
steampunk.
yeah, steampunk. You know, that
Not the
shit.
sponsor of the Don't Be Stupid podcast.
Proud sponsor.
Proud sponsor of the Don't Be Stupid podcast.
my boy. So my boy.
It's all right. I just said not.
My boy's in the process right now of opening up a cigar lounge, his own.
Boy.
And he said that we can do he wants us to do our podcast live from his thing.
That would be nice, boy.
No, we're fucked.
Nah, we
Why?
good. What you talking about? We good.
Wait, where'd all this shit go?
We don't need all this
don't
shit.
need all this
we don't
shit.
need all this shit.
What do
to
we
go
have?
Man, we can do. I
recorder.
can do this podcast from anywhere.
What are you talking about?
We good. I got it.
Oh, scary ass.
No, yeah, don't be scared, dog. We just gonna go.
Oh,
I just gotta
scary
edit
ass. That
back
nigga
here.
always
We gotta take
scared.
out something.
Old brown ass nigga. It's crazy. He was talking about today at work, talking about how he was gonna round kick somebody. I was like, this nigga.
Tone?
Round kick. Yeah, he was talking about.
What? You said-
That nigga said he's gonna round kick somebody.
Roundhouse.
Oh,
gonna
sorry,
give a
roundhouse.
roundhouse.
That's
Yeah.
what it was. That nigga said.
So you can roundhouse?
I can still get my leg up there. You better watch out. You ain't the only one that took Taekwondo there.
Ah,
Oh,
just
there
asking,
you go.
boy. He's
You
like,
better
oh, go, Tom.
I spent a lot of my Saturday afternoons watching Kung Fu flicks.
Hey, shit, I watched the old Bruce Lee flick the other night.
Shit. Kung Fu theater.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and end this. While for these niggas start reminiscing and start trying to.
What
see
we
who
talking about?
can
Kung
break
Fu
boards
theater
and
around this
shit.
motherfucker.
Keep fucking with me. I'm gonna go looking for my China flats right now
I ain't worried
Shit.
about you, man.
Shit.
with the white soles.
You'll walk over here, but you'll limp back.
I ain't gonna let that dropping drop
You'll be
kicks.
calling in sick tomorrow.
I'm gonna kick that booger right out your nose.
Oh, shit.
now you see
Oh,
it.
shit, now you see it.
Now you see it,
Woo, woo.
bitch ass. I knew you
I
seen
did not
it.
see
I
it.
knew you seen it.
Go
You
on,
just
Tone.
said
Go
you
on,
seen it.
Tone.
I did not see
Man.
that shit.
Go end this shit, Kev.
I did not see that motherfucker holding hands with you while you walked away.
Kev, end this shit.
We still got to
End
exit
it,
music.
end this shit.
My turn to sing, right?
No, hell no.
I did not see that
got a
motherfucker open the
song?
door for you.
Do you got a song, Kev?
I got one y'all can sing along with.
I ain't singing with
Nah, I
y'all.
ain't
Yes,
sing.
you
I'm
could.
a solo wagon. I don't know what you talking about.
Oh, wait a minute. So who gonna sing it?
I'm going to sing it. Y'all going to sing along.
Tone said
No,
he's
I-
singing.
I'm a solo act. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm Bobby.
Shit. I don't know. My shit's fucked up, so I'm gonna sing an old goodie.
Okay, I'm gonna be the.
See, here
let
we
me hear what
go.
you got, Kev.
You ready? Y'all
Yeah.
sing along. Ready?
No, let me hear it.
It's all because of you.
Nope, stop. We gonna go out with Kev. We gonna go out with Tone. Tone,
Man, are you in?
Tone, take us out. Tone.
I love
Wait
you
a minute.
so.
What the heck is going on?
What the
You'll
fuck?
never
Kev, shut up, Kev.
Yeah,
Kev,
took your love away from me.
you sound like a drunk white girl right now, nigga. Shut up. Just shut up.
Now, what was I to do?
I didn't even
Feeling
hear the
blue.
song.
She said,
It's
don't
singing
cry,
one, shut up.
dry your eye.
Oh,
Here comes your
my
mother with those two little guys.
Man, I don't
You
know if I
mean
can
mother
do this.
stepped to me and said,
Nigga, shut up. That's
salute
what he
in the
said.
face
Shut
and
up.
sucked her in the eye.
Oh my god, you gotta do some more. You gotta do some more editing, bro.
Let's edit that out. Shit, man. Hey, we do need a exit.
Stepped on the
So
feet.
once again,
Slammed on the
we just-
concrete.
Tone, take us out.
I'm not gonna be
Oh,
able to do this shit with you
Come on.
motherfuckers and shit.
Come on, man.
This
Get that
is-
Albie Shore
I
shit
told you,
going.
nah, fuck that shit, man. I ain't singing today.
all right, forget it.
Eric,
Thank you everybody for joining us again. We'll see y'all next.
Just on through Thursday and Friday. Saturday love. Whenever we
sugar, sugar,
All right, y'all. With that, we out.
Oh, boy,
We out.
We're going out.
Peace.
Love you, ma.
All right.